Hi, and if you want to know how to make these really easy personalised colouring pages in Cricut without using Cricut pens, then keep watching because I'm going to show you this super easy hack that will make making kids colouring pages so quick and easy. Hi, I'm Sarah. This is Extraordinary Chaos, and I'm the designer behind this channel. And I'm here to help you get the most out of your Cricut machine and become your own designer. And today I want to share a super quick and easy colouring page hack. So these are colouring pages made with 3 stars from Cricut Design Space, system fonts, and one of my alphabets. Head over to Extraordinary Chaos, and I've got alphabets for all themes. Now I have got dozens and dozens of colouring alphabets. So if you want a colouring alphabet, search that, there might be one there. But if not, find any alphabet I've got, or you can use any SVGs you've got. Anything will work for this as long as it's an SVG. And then you're going to upload them to Cricut Design Space. I'm going to show you how to make these into colouring pages without using the Cricut pens, and it's super easy. The only rule you have to stick to is only use things that you own the copyright to. So you can't use any of the Design Space images. You've got to use any of your own SVGs that you can upload or anything you've got permission to use. I've used the free shape. You can use system fonts, but probably not the Cricut font. But if you follow this step by step, and once you've made one colouring page, you'll be able to whip them up in seconds. So let's hop onto Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how to make super quick kids colouring pages. We're going to start by uploading our letters, and I've got a moon, so I'm going to add that too. So just select those and put them in Cricut Design Space. Get rid of the sidebar, and then you're going to reduce the size, but you can see that Design Space has done that thing where it scrambles and makes it a lot bigger. So I'm going to, with my fingers, scroll out on my mouse pad so that I take it back to a 12 by 12 size. And now I'm going to just reduce my letters down. And what we're going to do first of all is we're going to make the stars. So I'm going to just leave a letter there so I can position them around. I'm going to go into the free shapes bar and grab a star, and then just duplicate that by 4 times. What we're going to do now is go to the rotate box at the top, and I'm going to put a number in, and it's just, you can put 10, 50, 70, whatever you want. But what that's going to do is it's just going to rotate your star a bit. It doesn't matter what direction, just so that they're all different. Then you've got 4 stars of different direction. You can duplicate them. Once you've duplicated them, then we're going to just, I was trying to move them there, but it wasn't playing. So you're just going to go in individually and just move them around your canvas. You want to aim to work towards an oblong, because when you print it off, you're going to print it off on A4, and I don't want the stars behind my letters, so I'm just going to keep popping my letter back in and moving them until I'm happy that they're all positioned around it. So I've grabbed my E, and I'm just going to keep positioning them around, and it's just a very visual thing. I'm going to pop my moon in there. I do want to add a name at the bottom, or the rest of the name, and I want to add some more stars, but I'm just going to keep positioning until I'm happy. So it's a very personal thing. You could add anything here. It doesn't have to be stars. It could be any shapes. It could be alphabet letters. You could do the whole alphabet. And now we're going to create a star border for the bottom. So grab 1 star, and then you're just going to duplicate it loads of times, highlight them all, go to the top to the align bar, and you want to align them horizontally. Drag them up a bit higher or so that you can see them. And now I'm just going to space them out. Don't worry too much about whether they're in line, because we're going to align them again. But it's just a really easy way to arrange images so that you've got them where you want them, and then you can just choose your align tool and that will just align them up perfectly. So once I've done that, I'm going to just select all, align horizontally, and then I'm going to weld them together, and I'm going to duplicate that because I will use that again. And now I'm going to go and get the name. So go into text. Remember here, you've got to use system fonts. So I'm just going to do LLA. So it's going to be, the name is Ella. I'm going for Arial Rounded MT Bold. So that's just a system font. And then I'm going to move it under my letter. And again, not playing ball today. So drag it down there. And then I am going to put some spaces between these letters. So I'm going to go over to letter spacing and space them out a bit more, because I want these letters chunkier. Then I'm going to go into offset and put an offset on. You can go quite chunky because when you change them to a colouring page, it works really well. And there is my name. Once I've done that, I'm going to now arrange my stars a bit more around so that they can fit around my name also. And finish arranging the stars until I'm happy. Now, once I'm happy, we are then going to create our colouring page. And it's so easy to do in Design Space. I'm going to select all. I'm going to duplicate that and put it out of the way so I've got another copy. And then I'm going to go into pen. And that's made them into a colouring page. But when you now go into next to the pen at the top, you click on that and you want to, I find it really works to do it as a 1mm marker. You can go bigger and you can choose colours. So for this one, I'm going to do it in blue, but you can, and that's the beauty of this, you can choose any colour you want. Then I'm going to select all again. I could have done this before and weld together. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot it. So I'm just going to use the hotkey on my Mac and I'm going to screenshot that, drag round it so I've got an oblong, and that is my image screenshot. The beauty of this is because I've already copied that, then I can go back into it, drag my A in and just change my name at the bottom. So I need to go and add a font again. It should be set up for the same font. So it's Arial rounded, and then this one's going to be for Alfie. So yeah, make sure that that's the right one. And then I am going to, again, space out the letters a bit so that I can add my offset and make it chunky. Now that you've seen the first one made, it makes sense because it just gives you a nice big chunky letter for the child to colour in. I mean, you could just, as I say, do this as a whole alphabet and do it as a trail. You could do all sorts. So I'm going to weld that together, go up to my pen. So basic cut pen, you can do, I mean, there's actually a 4mm pen. There's definitely a 2.5, but I'm going to do it, I think it can be a bit too chunky otherwise. I'm going to make this one black, but again, it could be pink, it could be green, it could be anything. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my screenshot, but then I haven't saved it. And if I was to, I don't know, have a kids' party and I had loads of kids coming and wanted personalised colouring pages, I want to save it as it is so that I can add more letters in and add names. So I'm going to go and save my project as the unmade project so that I can edit it. So that can be my space alphabet colouring page. And there you go, saved, ready to use again. And because we've screenshot them, I can just open them up. I can rename them. Most importantly, I can print them. You can see there how it's going to come out on an A4 printer. And here it is. And they just came out so well. And what did you think? How easy? It's just such a good hack. And as long as I said, you're using images you've got permission to use, then there's no problem. And it just saves that time. And using your Cricut pens, you can screenshot it, print it, and you've got what you need. So if you're doing that for a kid's party, it's super easy. And say, I don't know if you was doing it for a wedding, for colouring pages, so that you wanted to make pages for the kids at the wedding, you could do them all the same, and I'd do the bride and groom's name, or you can tailor them towards each individual child like this. But again, I've got all the alphabets for you to upload for you to be able to do that. Or I've even got the colouring alphabets, which you can just print out, but they haven't got all the detail around them. And it's nice to be able to create the detail around them. These are so great for when you want to create themed learning. So if you're homeschooling, or just if it's in the school holidays and you want to do something like a quick activity, or if you're going on holiday, because I love a holiday survival kit. So when our kids were younger, they'd get colouring pages, they'd get pencils, they'd get games from cars. And one of the things I would do is they'd have a personalised colouring book. So this is a great way to do that, because you could sort of build it up at night while you're watching TV and screenshot one every now and again. You could create a whole set of colouring pages that was dedicated to your child and or the place you're going. Because if you think of SVGs, you can get SVGs for any topic. So you just upload it, convert it like this, add a bit of detail around the edge, and you've got a colouring page. It's so easy. It's another thing you can do with Cricut that just makes life easy, quick, and it's a great thing for the kids as well. A great activity. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that was useful. any ideas of any crafts you want me to show you, please do comment below and let me know. And again, over on Facebook, I've got the Facebook share thread. Drop any images over there of anything you make and create from my tutorials. I really appreciate you being here. Happy crafting, and I'll see you next time.